Hey friends, when representing a seller, have you ever counted the time period on an inspection contingency? That's right, the inspection contingency. As mentioned on my previous video, on the contingency removal section on page 2 of the RPA, the term inspection contingency is not individually listed as one of the standard contingencies. When you are negotiating the inspection contingency, you are actually negotiating part of what the RPA calls investigation contingency. True story. Sometime last year, one of my agents listed a property, received an offer, opened escrow, then buyer cancels. Then the second offer comes in. The sellers were very clear. They did not want to waste their time with another cancellation. They wanted to be sure the buyer would be satisfied with the property before moving forward. The agent suggested they can shorten the buyer's inspection contingency period, and that's exactly what they did. They countered the offer for inspection contingency removal to be removed within 7 days. Buyers agreed, and by the 7th day, the buyer removed their contingency pertaining to all inspections that have to do with the physical attributes of the property. Now, the problem came when my agent complained and said, hey, wait a minute, you're supposed to remove all your contingencies except the appraisal and loan. The buyer's agent rightly responded by saying that's not what we agreed on the counteroffer. We agreed for a 7 day inspection contingency. The investigation contingency that's on the RPA still stands at 17 days. And by the way, tomorrow we're going to go to investigate the permits filed on the property. So great. Mission was not accomplished to be sure. The buyers were solid on moving forward with the property within 7 days. And by the way, these buyers also canceled after 7 days due to findings of the property. Now, if I was the seller, I would be dissatisfied at this point with the type of representation I'm getting from my agent. Now, the agent who clearly understands the terms of the RPA will have better negotiating skills. The one term you need to be familiar with is the investigation contingency removal. The December 2021 revision of the RPA, when we first seen the grid on the first 3 pages, for the first time gave us an itemized list of the standard contingency removals all in one place. This is where the term investigation contingency came into play. Before this, it was really unclear as to exactly what contingencies buyers were removing when it came to inspections, investigations, etc. Notice on the BIA form at the end of the RPA, what we used to know as the buyer's inspection advisory is now the buyer's investigation advisory. So, what exactly is the investigation contingency? The investigation contingency is all encompassing. It includes inspections of the physical attributes of the property, such as your home inspection, termite inspection, roof inspection, and more. In the investigation contingency also gives the buyer the right to check out the neighborhood, the crime statistics, schools, cost of insurance, permits, proximity to shopping, just to name a few. So, if you think that removing an inspection contingency removes everything I just mentioned, you are incorrect according to CAR. If you missed my last video on the 5 standard contingency removals, please check it out on our YouTube channel at Professional Transaction.